That was. I can't hear you, Morwen. There you go.
Yeah, no. Wow. Say that again. Wow.
That was a little gloomy, wasn't it?
So good.
Yes, it
Do you?
was.
So
Yes.
go back to
Armageddon.
the question I asked you before. Do you need a hug? Are
No,
you okay?
look, I didn't really realize. I just get one when I create them. I don't. I guess I create them according to my mood. I guess I was feeling gloomy because that was
Oh,
pretty.
so you want to
Clearly.
destroy the world, like
Yeah.
Armageddon? Yes. All right. Okay.
I don't know why that came out the way it did. I just was creating it, and then I heard the song that vocal piece, and for some reason it reminded me of like the apocalypse, and I put that piece together, and I was like, wow,
It looked good. Yeah, it looked good.
it looked-
Visually, I
It
enjoyed
did
it.
good. Yes, it was
But
good.
the message behind it, dude, I'm here for you if you need to talk. Just know that. I'm here.
That was pretty intense, wasn't it? Like how I'm predicting predicting the end of the world or something in that intro video.
You're just jealous of Nostradamus and that. You say you want to get in on the action.
I guess so. Fuck,
Yeah.
that was pretty dark. Hello, Scott. Hello, Pam. Diane, good evening to you. Hello, Facebook
Hey,
user.
Hi, Facebook
Jasmine.
user.
Jasmine,
Hey,
how are you doing?
Oh,
Right?
Jasmine. Hello.
Good
Hey, Facebook
evening.
user number 2.
Hello, all. Hello,
Hey, Facebook
you.
user number 3. Right?
Diane goes, it was rather
Yes,
you
it
in
was.
here?
Yes.
Just everybody, just give Sid some hugs. Give Cookie Monster a cookie. He needs it.
I
He
don't
needs
know
some.
what.
Oh my God, that's what it is. You haven't eaten a cookie today. There it is. It's like a Snickers ball for you.
That could be it.
I got it. There's a fig,
Hey, good
like
evening.
a fig cookie count.
You're so old.
Well, he's younger than me.
So sorry.
Say that
Mind you,
again.
everybody
Moen.
is.
Say that one more time, please.
No.
Look at me like you just did and say that again.
I'll go on, do.
I'm what?
I'm so sorry.
I'm what?
I'm sorry. Can we bring our guest on, please?
Yeah, but listen, I'm the old one here, Ducky. I'm the old one, not him. He's got years to catch up on me.
Our guest is waiting, guys. Let's bring our guest.
Well, welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to Talking with Heathens. There's that.
I just want our guest to come.
I'm going to hit it with a hammer.
I just want our guest to come in. I'm
It's going to be part of our show,
What is-
I think, from now on is that phone. We're going to have that phone at least
We need that soundbite.
a few times. I think we do.
Special guest on the show because it wants to get in on it, obviously. You know.
I just.
Well, anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Talking with Heathens. As you guys can tell, we're going to get the sad news out of the way. We are down one co-host. Papa had to take a little bit of an extended leave of absence from the show. So he will be back at an undisclosed time. He's got a lot of things going on in his life. This man is very busy for him.
I'll just go and deal with this.
He got to take a break.
Just like
So-
Denson is doing right now, because
He's got
clearly
the potty break.
not a potty break.
Mary Beth had to sign in
Oh.
the StreamYard. Hello, Mary Beth. Hello, Miss Flowers. So yeah, Papa had to leave. He can't do the show right now. He's got to take some time off. He's got a lot of things going on in his life, his crafting business, preparing for this Viking Fest. He's got some family vacation time going on. So
Papa is Papa-ing.
Papa's
So-
doing Papa's thing. So he's taking leave from the show for a little while. We don't know for sure when he's going to be back, but he will be back at some point. But so now the sad news is out of the way. We love you, Papa. We wish you the best with everything that you're doing right now, buddy.
We miss you.
So on to the show. Tonight, we have a guest. Heather Powers is going to be on the show with us, as well as we talked about last week. We played the music ANOXIA, and I was telling you all how well she did on the Fleetwood Mac's cover of Dreams. So I got that for you guys tonight.
Yay.
And if you remember, I also talked about she did the cover of Shinedown's Monster. So yeah, I brought that up too. So see, we brought that up too. So I got that on for you guys as well, and plus her other release called Earthbound, where she's got a duet with her husband, which he is from Carbon Stone. So that's the music for tonight. We're featuring ANOXIA all night long, and yeah, that's what we got for the show. So without further ado, everybody, please welcome to the show Heather Powers.
Heather, hello.
Heather.
Hello.
Hi guys.
How are you doing, Heather?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing tonight?
We are doing great.
Apologies for the long-winded time. The
Oh,
shenanigans.
that's no worries.
Apologies for the shenanigans.
Long-winded.
But
She
there's
got
a lot
off
of
lucky on
shenanigans.
that one.
I don't know what I was saying. Anyway, hi Heather.
It could have been a lot worse. Hello, Diane. Yes, Diane says she's a big ANOXIA. Welcome to the show, Heather. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself. You're from Earth Soul Academy. Tell us a little bit about Heather Powers before we start getting into what the Earth Soul Academy is about.
Okay.
Alchemy. I'm sorry.
It's Earth Soul Alchemy. Yes.
My bad.
I'm Heather, as you guys all know. I've been practicing all different spiritual paths probably for the last 30 years. I started out with Wicca when I was in my late teens, moved on to Native American shamanism, which lasted for quite a few years. And then I started going into my Norse roots because my great-grandmother was from Finland. So I started going into my Norse roots and started really working with deity in that time frame. I worked a lot with Freya, Odin. I also am a rune worker. I work with the runes all the time. I have my own set of runes that I actually am their guardian. So I've been doing that for probably about the last 10 years. A mixture of the Norse practices. And one of the things I do is I am a evolver. So I work with the Norns as well. I've been doing that probably about 5 years. And I specifically work with Skald. That's who the one I work with the most. But yeah, and then over the past few years, I had a retail business, which is my Earth Soul Alchemy. And that's now kind of morphed into a healing practice where I'm doing my own special brand of healing called Soul Song Seer work, where I work with tuning forks and help with clearing out the vibration, people's energy fields and things like that. And I can tell when people have discord, I call them their soul song. So I kind of use the tuning forks to help bring that about so that they're cleared up and they can start feeling a lot lighter with things. So that's where I'm going right now, and that's where I'm heading in the future. So
Very good.
Yeah, interesting. So how old was you when you started realizing, Heather, that you had gifts?
Oh, I started realizing I had gifts when I was probably very young, probably early teens, 12 on. Back in that time frame, back in the day, that's dating me. I didn't have any mentors to work with at that time. I didn't have any help. I didn't have any help until I was in my late 20s. And that's when it became more where you would find teachers easier. It was more mainstream. So I was pretty much on my own for quite a few years, and I kind of just winged it, just like, and a lot of times I felt like I was like going crazy because I was like not having people help me say, hey, this is a normal occurrence when you're seeing things, you're hearing things that maybe are not out of the norm.
There's a lot of people that go through that when they're young. They hit that certain age, that crossover to becoming a teenager, and you start realizing that you start having these little gifts. I've interviewed people who's in the paranormal field who start seeing things and start experiencing things at a teenage years, and it's how does one cope? How did you cope with it? How did you, since you didn't have anybody in your life to kind of guide you through it, what did you do for other people out there that's going through these kind of things? What kind of advice can you give them? How you got through?
Well, the first thing I did, which probably wasn't good, was I completely shut down things because I was seeing people's health. I was starting getting prophetic dreams, and it was like I would start telling people, and they would just basically say, "You're crazy," and I would start feeling that I was crazy. And it was a really rough patch for probably until my late 20s that I was, I just really thought I was at war with myself. And I just really didn't have. So a lot of times to help me out, what I did was I journaled.
What did you do, Heather? Convince yourself that you was crazy?
Yeah, I did. And I shut myself down for probably about 6 years. And then I found out that was like, you can't shut those things down because they come back like screaming at you. So you just have no control over them whatsoever. They just like boom, boom, boom. And you really have to go with the tide, or some people go crazy because they just can't handle all of that stimuli, with coming in. I was seeing prophetic dreams that were scary, like people dying and things like that. So it was very, very scary for me when I was younger. And
when you talk about prophetic dreams like that, are you talking about like family members?
Yeah. I would see a previous relationship. I'd see his father dying of a heart attack. And I would say something to him. I said, your dad is, I'm really concerned about your dad. You need to go and we need to talk to your dad about this. And, that time my partner, he was very he did not believe me at all. He said I was crazy. I was a witch. I was trying to curse his dad. And so what ended up happening was out behind his back, I went to talk to my ex-father-in-law, and I said, hey, maybe you should go to the doctor. You're having problems with anything, your health wise. So he had for some strange reason, he listened to me and he went to the doctor and he found out that he was having heart attack, extremely high blood pressure. And it was just they had to bring his high blood pressure down because it was really bad.
Amazing.
So, and then from that point on, and that's when I shut it down. Because then my ex-partner at the time, he was very, very, very angry with me. He kept saying I was cursing his father, I was a witch, and all sorts of things. So I just I'm shutting myself down. Wait.
So how are you?
You've done them a favor.
You've done a good thing. I thought curse is supposed to do something negative, but you did something. You ended up saving his life.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. You should have been grateful.
That's not the way he thought of it. That's not the way he thought of it. He didn't understand it. It was unknown to him.
Did you want your dad to die? Just
this
say
is
that.
This is her stepdad.
It was my father-in-law. It was my father-in-law. Yeah, my ex-father-in-law. Yeah.
He was given that family warnings, and they took it as dark witchcraft because she's prophesizing things, and things are coming to reality, and it's freaking that family out. So they're automatically thinking, "Oh no, she's the devil. We got to get her out of the house. She's cursing everybody. She's just one big curse."
That's ridiculous. And a curse that helped someone, It wasn't much of a curse if it's doing good, was it?
Right. No. And
exactly.
so
I've never heard of a positive curse before.
Messed me up for quite a while. So I shut myself down because I had he was so negative, so, angry at me. So I just shut myself down. But then I found out, don't shut yourself down. And I've had the same issues with my children that have that. They were having prophetic dreams when they were younger, but I've always been very supportive of them. And one of my children's I'm not going to listen to this stuff. It scares me. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to see it. And I kept telling her, I said, if you shut it down, it's just going to keep coming at you full force. Boom, boom, boom. They're just going to you're not going to be able to stop it. And then she kept having it constantly. So it was my best advice to people is don't try to shut that stuff down, because if you shut that stuff down, what's going to happen is it's going to just come back at you, and they're just going to start screaming at you, and it's just going to have no choice. It's just going to be coming, and you're not going to control it.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to take ourselves a quick musical break. We're here sitting here talking with Heather Powers from Earth Soul Alchemy. And I want to stay on this subject a little bit longer because I'm curious of what was the breaking point, or what was that defining point for you to say, all right, I'm coming out. I'm coming out to the world. I don't care what anybody thinks about it. So hang tight, everybody. We got some music for you. Like I said, tonight we are featuring ANOXIA, and we're going to start it off with her song. I promise you guys, the Fleetwood Mac cover of Dreams. So you guys stick where you're at. Also, as well, tonight is the beginning of where our friend and band SleepSolstice is going to be playing us into our songs. So that's a little cool added feature into what we're adding to the show tonight. So that as well. So stick where you're at. You're watching Talking with Heathens. We're hanging out with Heather Powers. And this is some ANOXIA. We'll be right back, guys.
Hey.
Hey, this is Josie Scott, the original OG lead singer of Saliva, and you are watching Inner Demon Media. Release your inner demons. We all have demons. We just don't try to hide them.
Now there you go again, you said you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? And it's only right that you should play the way you feel it. But listen carefully to the sound of your loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad.
Alvaetier Workshop is dedicated to the old ways, offering a wide selection of animist ritual supplies, divination tools, altar goods, and home decor, including premium reindeer hides imported from traditional herders in northern Finland. Whether you're just starting your spiritual journey or looking to expand your collection with a custom drum, we have everything you need. Visit our online store at thealvaetier.com and discover the beauty of mountain spirit.
Welcome back, everybody, from Talking with Heathens. That was ANOXIA with her cover of Fleetwood Mac's Dreams. What did you guys think?
Very good, very good. It
Awesome.
sounded well, and she looks very well too. Yeah, I thought it was excellent. Very well done. Very good.
I am sure.
Did you actually hear the song, Denton, or were you focused on her?
I can guarantee you I was not focused on her in the way that you are suggesting. Well, no, I don't have that kind of thoughts. No, I'm pure as the driven snow. Yes.
That was
We'll
get
see
much
in your
agreement with that.
We'll see on your next story time. I'll gauge based off of that.
Well, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. We'll see how it goes.
But we're speaking of which, we don't have a story time this week, do we? Good.
No, because it's every two weeks. But you'll have Scotty's wedding. I think will be the one for next week.
Yeah, so be looking for that next week, guys. Story time again. But let's get back to Heather.
Yes, Heather. We have to hear this thing she wrote, which is lovely. Yeah.
Yeah. You wrote this poem, right?
Yeah. Yep. I wrote it for Freya, actually.
You wrote it for Freya. You want to recite it here right now?
Sure. Yeah, I'll do
Why
it.
not? Good time, right?
Yeah, sure. The name of the poem is called The Lady Within. In the silent introspection of morning and in the whisper of dusk, she calls me. She calls me and shows her feathered cloak as it glistens in the moonlight. The beautiful mistress caught in a moment of time a fleeting glimpse of the starlight in her eyes. Tresses wrapped in red fall upon her shoulders, shimmering in the candlelight. Her voice a caress along my arm ever so gently, filling me with strength. Her beauty shines through my eyes as I consider the mirror of night. The falcon's wings surround me, embracing me, integrating with my soul. I stand as the warrior's metal falls upon my shoulder. Dark feathers in the shadows, I grasp the vestiges of time as it encompasses me, aging from the maiden's beauty to the mother's dress, and wrinkles fall deep upon my face. Time is a limited concept, brushed aside by the legacy of spirit which lives on in memories. I bow deeply to her lady as she moves forward and touches my shoulder. The touch spirals through my body, and I become her, not realizing the truth until it bursts forth in merriment. Tinkling laughter fills the corridor. Freedom a mere glimpse away, embracing the magic as it touches the reaches of my soul. Such is the meeting of prayer and conversation. The illusion is broken and you are set free at last to look upon the visage and realize the truth was always there. You just had to grasp it.
Written by, who was that written by?
That was written by me.
There you go.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
Excellent. Very, very, very nice. Very good.
Absolutely loved it. It was
Well, yeah. I mean, but she sent it to me, and I said that's really nice. You should read it on the show, and I'm very glad you did, Heather, because that's excellent. Very good.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm glad I don't remember reading the stuff. I think it was more beautiful hearing it come from her.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Very good.
I promise I did read it. I just don't remember.
That's all right.
I just don't remember. I'm lucky I remember to put my pants on daily.
I thought it was a good follow up to Denton when he did his story about Freya getting her necklace.
Oh yes.
That's what brought up the conversation when I was talking to Denton about it. And I was like, I wrote a poem about Freya, and that's what happened.
Yes. Very excellent. Really, really good. Excellent. Very good.
Thank
You
you
have
for sharing
quite a
it
way
with
of
us.
words. I enjoyed it.
Before we took the music video break, we was talking about how it was kind of for you with your gifts, and you've been kind of like in hiding. What What was that defining moment for you where you was like, okay, I'm just going to come out and I just don't care. I'm just going to throw shit against the fan, see where it goes, see where it splatters at.
What happened to me was, it was very interesting because I had a group of people that I was introduced to in my late 20s, and that kickstarted like everything. They were very open, spiritual people, and they were very accepting of things like that. So they were basically my first mentors. But before that, I was doing journals and I was doing poetry to help with the conflicting emotions I had about I wanted to use my gifts, but I didn't feel I could use them. So it was good that I had the right point in time, that I found the right group of people. And ever since that time, I've been out in the open, fully open, no matter what. It doesn't bother.
Doesn't that feel good?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does. It feels very good. And it's actually led my children to really get to that point too on their lives and opening up their doorways to things that they wouldn't have did because of what I did. So I'm glad that immediately it helped me and my kids. So
have you come across any resistance since you've been out in the open?
Oh, here and there, not as much as I used to, because I feel there's a lot more people open to the spiritual, different spiritual pathways. I'm even open at my work. I'm not like blatantly open, but I mean, they know that I'm strange and weird and interesting, but they don't know like the whole story. Only a select few do. Because of the environment that I'm in, but everywhere around, other words, I'm out. My parents have known for years, and they were very supportive. It was just ex-partners that I was with that were not very supportive of me in that time frame,
So I'm going to assume that the husband you have now is really supportive with what you're doing.
Oh yeah, he's a spiritual himself. We're both very spiritual people. First one that told me to, he first one told me like, you do what you want. You know that, and he kind of like helped kickstart my business as well when I started my business. And he's like, you just set your mind to do something and you do it, and just keep doing it. And I've been doing it now. I've had my business now for 5 years, and it just keeps evolving and growing and changing. So it's just
so
pure,
Excellent.
just because I'm being who I'm supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Very good.
You get to
because of our beds. It's because of our beds. My kids kicked me out.
That comment made me forget what I was saying. Oh my god.
Well, that's true. Three of us have beds behind.
And see, Papa, this is why I need you, because you always are in my head, because that's exactly what I was going to think. You can always, when you're true to yourself, your tribe comes to you, and you get all of that support that you need to be, and it even encourages you to truly be. It's like the more you are yourself, the more the people that are supposed to be in your life come into your life, and you get to weed out the people that's not supposed to be there. It's why being fake is never makes anybody happy, because nobody ever sticks to you. But if you're true to yourself, the right people will come. Trust me, there's somebody for everybody.
Preach it.
Yeah.
Just Heather started it. Purple.
Well, I've evolved a lot in the years. I mean, it's since I've gone from the person that was the student to now a teacher. So, everybody is a student to me. I'm a student to my students are my teachers at times too. So, I'm able to move forward into my life, that I'm able to help others come out of their shells and things like that. And that's what I've been doing just recently over the past couple of years, just letting people know it's okay to be your weird, crazy self.
That's good.
There's people out there that will support and love you no matter what.
That's really huge, because there's so many impressionable teenagers, for instance, and they're trying to figure out who they are, and they're going through the early stages of their life journey, and they're confused, and they find this appeal to witchcraft, but they get here. And it's nice to be able to know that in the witchcraft community, pagan community, heathen community, there is people out there with open arms willing to help guide them, coach them along a little bit. And that's congratulations for you being one of those people to step up and take that role on, because there's a lot of people that will, but there's a lot of people that do it with no substance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just doing it out of this pure ego. I'm teaching, so I got a title.
There is nothing egotistical about being a teacher. That it's blood work. It's blood, sweat, and tears. So you can't just, not any old person can be a teacher. So I commend you, Heather, because trust me, it's not easy.
What was one of your biggest struggles, Heather, when you decided you was going to come out? What was one of the biggest struggles that you had to overcome when you decided to come out?
Finding my tribe, really, is honestly finding my tribe, finding the people.
Why was it so important to you to find your tribe?
Because I felt alone. I felt alone with the people I had been with before, in relationships. And I felt all alone and didn't have people understand me. Like, I couldn't just go call a friend and start talking about stuff, spiritual stuff. Like, oh, I had a dream about, the world ending or something. And it was a struggle for me to have being alone. So I tried to venture out, and I actually was very introverted when I was younger. And when I got older, like I said, and after I got over my bout of, where I wasn't using my gifts at all, I became extremely extroverted. And it was like a complete 360. Once I had decided that I was going to be who I was supposed to be, it was like a complete 360. And every path forward on that just led me in that direction. So it was an aligned sense of, coincidences that came along and people that I met and allowed me to actually be free to be who I wanted to be. But I didn't feel so alone anymore. Like I had
that yearning to want to feel accepted and being part of something drove you to doing what you're doing. You wanted to find like-minded people, and that's a hard thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah,
you have to go through so many phases of going and finding that soul tribe of yours. You'll come across dozens and dozens of people that'll come in your life and come and go, and that's where it's always been a real hard for me, is always trying to adjust to the next one leaving. But once you find them, it's an amazing feeling to have. And I can kind of get that, understand that yearning of wanting to be part of a group of people, share those magical experiences with. So I can relate.
It's about building community for me too. In this area where we're at, actually, it's kind of Bible Belt-ish, so it's very, very.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are in the closet still. It's opening up more, but there's a lot of people in the closet. And even based on like heathens in general in this area, it's very hard to find other heathens. And when you do, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, you're a heathen. And they're like, oh my gosh, I found my tribe. I had a lot of experiences with that. Like people that I will do shows when I'm doing my shows and my retail work, and I'm doing that, and they'll come up and you'll see like, Thor's hammer, you'll see like some other sign that they're heathen, and you'll say, you'll kind of nod at them, and then they'll look at you, and it's like, boom. And I've had so many people like, oh my gosh, I didn't know there were any heathens around here. I didn't know there was people that I could talk to about this stuff, because it's been it's like we have a lot of solitary practitioners around here. So it's really kind of hard in this area to build community. So we had started, my husband and I had started a little community here probably about 5-6 years ago. And we just kind of like went out on a limb and said, hey, we're just doing we started as a metaphysical discussion group and just started it. And it kind of evolved to this little group that we called the Hollow Tree Society. And it was like we would come and we would get together as a group and we would talk about metaphysical topics. We would, go little field trips to places that were spiritual minded and things like that. So then it was just like,
I love field trips.
Yeah, it was such a great sense of, we felt like we had a great sense of purpose, that we were building the community, and we were able to let people know that you didn't have to be solitary anymore. You could choose to be solitary. That's fine. But you can come and talk to people that are like-minded, and you can, discuss these topics that you couldn't normally discuss mainstream in an area like ours.
Well, that's very good. And it can be often hard to meet people. Like now here, I mean, I'm in Ireland, which, as you probably know, is a very religious country. Well, it was, not so much now after all the church scandals. But, a lot of things like that. I mean, if you're walking around wearing the Mjolnir or you're gay, either, it was very awkward in this country because you would get judged, you get into trouble if people knew. So people who like heathens or gay people or that, they were very, very reluctant often to come out about it. And I know of someone who was wearing Mjolnir, and they encountered a priest who obviously recognized it, and he goes, devil worshipper, keep back, sort of thing. And, when you get that kind of reaction, you do tend to say, what, me? No, it's him. So, So I can well understand about, how people would feel very much alone. Is there anybody out there like me? Because you can't really go out and say, listen, I'm a heathen or I'm gay. So, because that's not a good idea. So I can understand and sympathize with that. But you've done well.
So get to one of the viewer questions for you, Heather. Munistera asked, where are you located? I apologize if I missed that part before.
I'm in Ohio. Like,
sounds like there's some witches that want to meet up.
Yeah. In Ohio, there's certain parts of Ohio, like the bigger cities, that are more, that are more open. But I'm in a very, very small town. So in this area, if you are anything outside the norm, you sometimes get some kickback for people that'll come up and like, oh, you're evil. You're doing this. And especially if I'm doing my oracle readings or my tarot readings, are like, that's the devil's work. We're going to pray for you, things like that. So it's really in the small area that we're at, we almost, like myself, I have to go like an hour away to actually meet up with people that, are like me or like my tribe. So it's so when I was starting to build our little community here, it was nice to, and I was surprised at how many people actually came to our community groups and stuff. I was like so surprised because I didn't realize there was that many people that wanted to actually, connect with people like us.
I'm finally starting to be able to. I'm finally starting to meet people around in this area that are on the similar path that I'm on. Well, at least close to, at least something I can relate to. At least there's like events. They're throwing like not monthly, but like Sabbath events, like inbox getting ready to come up. So they're doing like a meet up and have dinner and chat and hang out and share ritual together. So it's kind of cool that I didn't think in this small little town that there'd be that many people, but now I'm starting to be introduced more than I'm doing this. People are getting introduced to the show. I'm starting to meet people here in the general area that I live in, 20, 30 minutes away.
Yeah. It's amazing how many. I've had a lot of heathens in this area actually that came up to me at local shows, and they were like, well, I'm from this area. And I'm like, well, really, that's only like 20 minutes for me. And it's like, they were like, I didn't know there was any heathens around this area. I didn't even know. And I was like, I was the same way as you. I couldn't find any at first either.
Scott says, awesome show. Jasmine, I live in Missouri, small town. You can meet people around us here. Chris says, what's going on? Good evening.
He finally made it.
I think it's time for another music break. What do you guys think?
I concur.
Yeah.
You guys ready for some more ANOXIA?
Yes.
Sure. Yes.
So, as I said, this is another cover that she's done, but this is a Shinedown version of Monsters. She's turned it into a ballad. It's a little bit of a heavier song, one of their heavier-ish songs. If you really could say Shinedown really has any heavy songs, but it's more of their rocking tune. So she turned it into a ballad, did a really good job. So I figured out I'll share it with you guys this week as well. So we are hanging out with Heather from Earth Salt Alchemy. You're watching Talking with Heathens, and you guys are about to ready to listen to some more ANOXIA. We'll be right back, everybody.
Good for you, you fooled everybody. Good for you, you fooled everyone. Good for you, now you're somebody. Good for you, you fooled everyone. Leave your weapon on the table, wrapped in burlap, barely able. Don't get angry, don't discourage. Take a shot of liquid courage. 'Cause my monsters are real, and they're trained how to kill. And there's no coming back, and they just laugh at how I feel. And these monsters can fly, and they'll never say die. And there's no going back. If I get trapped, I'll never heal. Yeah, my monsters are real. Good for you, you hurt everybody. Good for you, you hurt everyone. Good for you, you love nobody. Good for you, you owe no one. Leave your weapon on the table, wrapped in burlap, barely able. Call the doctor, say a prayer, choose a God you think is fair. 'Cause my monsters are real, they're trained how to kill. And there's no coming back, and they just laugh at how I feel. And these monsters can fly, and they'll never say die. And there's no going back. If I get trapped, I'll never heal. Yeah, my monsters are real. So leave your weapon on the table, wrapped in burlap, barely able. Don't get angry, don't discourage. Take a shot of liquid courage. Leave the light on if you're able, 'cause we both know you're unstable. Call the doctor, say a prayer, choose a God you think is fair. Monsters are real, and they're trained how to kill. And there's no coming back, and they just laugh at how I feel. And these monsters can fly, and they'll never say die. And there's no going back. If I get trapped, I'll never heal. Yeah, my monsters are real.
Men, face it, the male menopause is real. You're going to lose your virility someday. How about now? In the time it has taken to listen to this commercial, you're less virile than you were at the start. You've just wasted a whole lot of sperm. The decline has begun. It is time to fight back. As you start to go gray, get saggy, you're being upstaged by young bucks who will seduce your women and take your fortune. They need to know you're still the alpha. They need to know you're top dog and they're still a little pup. However, staying on top isn't just about jacking yourself with testosterone until you're humping the furniture. You'll need to go big. Showtime, who's boss? Do something really impressive and tell everyone about it. Hike Kilimanjaro, dog sled across Siberia, trek across Antarctica, raft the Amazon. You need an adventure travel service that can take you to the far reaches of the earth and give you the kind of experience you can boast about back home. Show them what kind of man you really are. A man who is fighting for meaning the only way he knows how, by showing off. It's time to take the menopause by the throat and strangle the life out of it. Contact Menopause Adventures today or visit menopauseadventures.com.
Oh, yes, rafting down the Amazon. Yeah, I'd be into that.
As we get old and saggy.
Yes, well, I appreciate that because of more recent years, I have tended to sort of sag that way and expand that way. Everything sort of went south of the Mason-Dixon line, you know. It's not really very funny, you know. I mean, but it is really, I suppose.
Welcome back, everybody, to Talking with Heathens. That was ANOXIA with her cover of Shinedown's Monster. And if you suffer from menopause, we apologize. We go around humping furniture.
We do not like that. Shame. This is a safe space. If you like to go around humping furniture, nobody here is going to judge you. This is your life. You do whatever you want.
Yes. Carry on.
We don't think shame over here.
No shame at all.
No judgment.
No,
but if you do go around humping furniture, I would love some video footage of this.
Oh, yes. Send us the pictures. Yes.
For science.
Definitely, yes.
For
scientific study, of course. You understand.
Scientific study.
Yes.
I got to do the scientific method. All right. Anyway.
Yes, that was different. Anyway.
Scott says, I really enjoy you guys every week. Well, thank you, Scott.
Thank you, thank you very much.
So, Heather.
Heather. Hi, Heather.
Yes.
Hang on, I have to get to this comment first. We cannot talk about sagging nuggets.
Too late. Now we got to talk about it. Why can't? Wait.
Why can't we talk about sagging nuggets? Yeah, what are sagging nuggets anyway?
Why can't we talk about sagging nuggets?
Well, I mean, you have your little friend.
It made its appearance. I was wondering when it was going to happen.
Why can't we talk about them?
Yes.
I like the sag.
Is his nugget saggy?
Well, he looks a bit soft. I think he could do with some Viagra.
I don't know what to say. Do that. Look. Can you look again?
No, I don't trust you.
One more time. One more time.
I don't trust you, sir. No.
That looks like
the last time I sent you a picture, you did some blasphemous shit to it. I don't trust you.
Thank you for reminding me of that. I'll show everybody what we're talking about if I can get to it.
Don't you fucking dare.
Yeah. Oh, yes, do. No, show us. We really want to see it.
Heather, make him stop. Only you have the power. No. Heather, make him stop.
No. I wondered when your little pink friend would make another appearance.
Well, Mary Beth had to say
oh, yeah, there he is. Yes. No, he's so cute.
Sid, I swear to the gods, if you don't, I'm going to kick his ass.
Stop.
While I'm pulling up this picture.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yes. Heather, let me see this. Yes.
I'll ask you this.
Let's see it in full Technicolor, widescreen.
Hey, this was some expertise of photoshopping for these pictures, too, by the way.
Oh,
I should be proud of how well her face turned out next to those peens.
Okay. We are waiting. We're dying here.
On Heather's part, while I'm pulling up these pictures, pulling them up,
it's a
little difficult to do it too without not interrupting the show. But
just one. Please.
There's only going to be one. Tell us why Earth Soul Alchemy. Why did you create this business? What was the
Heather's like, how did this transition happen?
Yeah, what was the motivation? Yeah.
Well, actually, it was it's quite simple at first. My husband was having issues with some health problems and muscle aches and pains and things like that. So I had started out doing essential oil blends, actually, and it kind of expanded on to that. I'm like, hey, I want to kind of add on a couple more things. So, and I was already a tarot and oracle reader, so I started adding tarot and oracle decks. Then that led to intention candles, that led to incense, that led to, all sorts of things. And I actually, since I'm writer and things like that, I had like added glass pens. So it was like, it's kind of evolved over the years. I've had my business for like 5 years now, and it's kind of evolved from like the essential oil blends with just a very few amount of, things to sell. And then it just expanded onto that. Then I started doing little shows. Then I started doing big shows, and it's evolved. And now I've decided to, make it more like the products that I offer are helping with creativity and healing. So I'm kind of downsizing the retail part of my business and looking more along towards the healing, the teaching, and reading tarot and oracle cards versus the retail grind. So I still offer the products that are going to help people creatively or with healing.
So that was quite a progression.
Yeah. It's kind of like evolved every year. I add something a little different or change it up a little more. So it's on its fourth evolution now. So
very good.
Excellent. I can't even count how many evolutions I've gone through with what I've done.
I see a kitty. There's a kitty behind you.
Yes.
There's a kitty.
Oh, yes.
One of my kittens.
Yes.
That's
my
Luke.
Cutie. Oh my goodness, you're
all right. Time for the big reveal.
Oh, here we go.
This is some great photoshopping on my part. We all know how much she loves her little plushie. So we went. A friend of myself and a friend of mine went shopping because she was going to buy one of these things for Morwen. And I got to thinking, I can Photoshop her face on this thing, and we'll see how actually happy Morwen will be with an actual full size one.
Oh, yes. Oh, I should have the dark one as well there.
There it is. There it is. Look at that big smile on her face.
Yes. Well, she ought to have a big smile the size of that.
That is amazing.
Said,
why are you sad there? You're happy here, but you're sad there.
Well, it shrunk, I suppose.
Well,
I feel for you, Morwen. I feel for you.
Well, she has to put up with this regularly.
This is why we can't have nice things.
It's not regular. To be fair, this is sort of like payback from a couple other times where she's got me and I've let it go.
But that was a very good Photoshop job. Then give me a dozen copies.
Wait a minute. How?
Yes.
What did I do?
What?
The brown.
What did I do?
The brown has been found.
Oh.
Yes, the brown has, because she was wanting, she was talking about that, getting the right color. Yeah.
I'm blaming.
We was talking about that last week, wasn't we, Jim?
Yes, we were. We were talking about that. Yes. Yes. Yes, because she was asked, why did she have the pink one? Like, why wasn't there a brown one? So now there you are, you see. There's a brown one.
I'm just confused on why she's so happy there. And then we go straight from happy to grumpy.
Well, they say size matters. You see, size matters. So,
okay.
I guess so.
Yes, I think so.
That's a lot.
Sorry, Heather.
All right.
I'm focusing on the kitty now.
Yeah, I was gonna say. There you
This
go.
right here is why I don't deal with humans. This is why I deal
There
with
you go, Maureen.
kitty.
There's the kitty. There's the kitty.
Us humans
there
are
we go.
It's the only thing that matters right now.
horrid.
Fuck you guys. There's the kitty.
We're horrid. Tell us, Heather, where everybody can find you at. What's the business? Where's the socials? Tell us, everybody, where they can snag up a like and a follow on your pages.
Facebook.com, Earth Soul Alchemy.
Not academy, like I was saying.
Sorry. Sometimes it feels like an academy with all my teaching that I'm doing lately, but you can find me there. I'm also on Instagram, or Soul Alchemy there. I also have my divination page, which is Earth Wind Walkers Divination on Facebook, but it's Earth Wind Walker Divination, not without the S. So
are you on YouTube? You're on YouTube as well?
I'm on YouTube, but I don't post much on there because I mainly, if you find me, it's going to be a Facebook Live. I'm going to hop on Facebook Live or something like that. Or I've just kind of started to explore like Instagram Live and all that. I haven't even touched TikTok very much. So
yeah.
Lauren, do you need a spell on me? Do you need to hex me?
I don't care.
Do you need to curse me?
I don't care.
Go ahead, curse me.
I don't care. I don't care.
We need to do Facebook Lives. Yes, we do. Anyway, thank you, Heather, for hanging out with us tonight.
Yes, indeed.
Sharing some of your story with us, sharing some of your gifts with us, and sharing your sacred space with us. We really do appreciate it. I hope we didn't tour the conversation too bad with the pictures.
No, it's all right.
I get thrown off a bit too when I do when I see it. It's like, wow, she's so happy.
Sid, please don't do it again.
I'm not doing it.
Hey, please don't. It's enough.
But we're sorry about the pictures.
No, we're not. We enjoyed that. Well, I did.
There's no we in that.
Oh, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
Okay.
Well, thank you once again for hanging out with us tonight, Heather. Thank you guys for
having me, guys.
For tuning in tonight.
Great pleasure.
We are going to leave.
Fun.
We're going to leave you with one last song with ANOXIA with their song "Earthbound," featuring her husband Corey James from Carbonstone.
Excellent.
Until then, guys. Next time, guys, be safe, be well. And we'll catch you guys next week. Ta-ta.
Bye.
Where Forever May Fall, and you're watching Inner Demon Media.
Close the windows of our past slowly. Watch the time pass by so fast.